We are ready, seated, and about to discuss some of the hottest trending stories in our showbiz space. My name is Sammy Flex, and I'm saying thank you to you for starting your week with us. Yesterday, we saw how, though we came late, but people were still around, making sure they would check out Sammy Flex TV's Showbiz Daily. Today, we are back, hoping to be a little earlier than necessary. Let me also say thanks to my pundits, Roland Amati from Shagzy, Shatta Movement Empire, Roland Report, and that's RolandReport.com on YouTube. Hey, Roland Report on YouTube and RolandReport.com as well. And Intim Solomon is also here from Sammy Flex TV online manager, as well as Intidosu Digital Solutions, ready to devour the topics like we have always been doing. Meanwhile, man like Theophilus Digosh is doing our camera for us, and let me also say thanks to Bujulens, who is our editor for this particular one. Welcome to our world. Remember, it is our show, just as our day. So as you watch, feel free to share opinions, share with others, subscribe to us, like, and let's have a conversation. This is what we believe in. Now, one sad story has hit Ghana this morning, or I think maybe yesterday or something. I'm not too sure, but it has hit our news content this morning. And as it stands, I'm asking myself, if you were a parent, what would you do? I've watched the interview of this parent talking about the fact that the school authorities are not even pushing for him to get some details with regards to his child. And personally, I feel sad. Guys, Chamo, this is a social pressure, huh?
Yeah.
It's a social pressure. And have you seen the video?
No.
Not yet. Okay, let's go check out the video. When I come back, we will sure be talking, because this is really disturbing. I hear it happened at O'Reilly Senior High School. Where is it located, Roland?
O'Reilly is around Teshi, in the Teshi road. They used to be around Nima on side, but they moved to that side.
O'Reilly is around Teshi.
Yeah.
Well, Jamo, listen to what the father of the deceased is saying.
You are Edward's father.
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened was just I see my boy off to come to school. So I was not supposed to go to work. So I'm at work and my niece called me that Edward is having misunderstanding. One of the students is having misunderstanding with Edward. So I should come. And so I asked her that, are there not teachers at the school? And she said the teachers are not sitting there unconcerned. And what is happening is unfair, so I should come. So I said, okay, then I'm coming. So on my way, when I got to the motorway, she called that the boy that is fighting with Edward, I've stopped Edward, lying down at the school premises, breathing. And the teachers are still sitting unconcerned. I said, wow. Then I said, I'm coming. So on my way, when I get to Kotobabi, she called again that there's the students have gathered themselves and picked him up. So they are going to Lekma. So I should rather come to Lekma and meet them there. So when I drove and I reached Lekma, I went to the emergency. The doctor said Edward had passed away.
Well, so that was a report from TV3, and the story summarized is this. Two young men at O'Reilly Senior High School were arguing or debating about whose father is the richest. About whose father is the richest. I don't know what they were using to measure the riches of their daddies. I don't know what someone said about the other father. Where was the guy? Where did the guy even keep the knife to stab? I've been asking so many questions, and now this gentleman whose son is dead, what advice can we give him? What actions are there for him to take? I'm hearing that the school is not allowing him in to talk to administration. I'm sure they are even scared they will be attacked. And now police has taken over the place. The parents of the killer, they have also not called him, and plenty things. Chemo, these are some reports that if you're a parent, you pray you never hear some in your life.
Oh, you don't just pray. You have to know where to take your child to school. That's
the
reality that we have to face in life. I mean, That's the reality.
But elsewhere, someone has always shot someone.
Yeah, of course.
Someone had access to gun.
Yeah.
He shot. So what do you mean by where you take your gun?
Those places, you will know when you compare to those people there. You are just comparing where the shooting took place to our system, compared to their neighbors, and you will see that it's the same thing. So the thing is, first of all, where your children live, where you live in the society will have a huge impact. So we just have to, face reality. That's what I'm trying to say. You will not hear this at certain schools, even in Ghana here, you will not hear this. But you hear it at certain schools. So it should tell you that, yes, first of all, there's a difference based on where your child is going to school. So instead of you praying for your child not to get into something like this,
also pray
that your child
locate them well.
That's the point I'm making with that one. This is sad, and I don't think anybody will feel like you will not be okay just hearing that your child has passed on just because he was arguing or doing something like that. So my condolences to the family, and this is not a good thing. But I think so far the police are the ones not doing the right thing. It's not the school authority. Police supposed to be talking to the father and telling them what is happening, because now this is a criminal case.
Yes, it is.
So why should the school authorities be the one talking to the parents? No, it should be the police. The police should talk to the school authorities. They should give account of what really happened, and then the police should give the message to the parents and tell them what actions they are taking. So for them to feel okay, or for the justice that they are talking about, if there should be one. That's how it should go. So for me, I think the police here is the people not doing their work. Because I didn't hear him saying that the police, I've been talking to the police, or police are telling me this or that. And this time the police were not there. But they are people, or they are the agency who are supposed to keep calm and make sure that things
that's what they are doing. They are keeping the calm already.
No, but the best thing is to talk to the parents first.
Okay.
If you want to keep calm, it's not to prevent the parent from getting in. Because if you don't take care, and the parents can influence others to support them.
No, that is dangerous. And that place, where they are, in fact, by the time they'll come back from home the next day, the whole school is bent. It's a boarding school.
No. I think it's a day school. And I see my boarding there.
So
it used to be a very.
So you two are talking about that place. Okay, I get it. so for me, I think the police should do better. Talk to the parents who have lost their child, so that they will keep calm, and then tell them the actions that you are taking, and then go ahead and investigate, and something better should come out. I mean, when I heard it, I was like, no, I don't believe it. When I saw the headline, I didn't believe it. I mean, how can you say, like the question that you are asking, how did they measure who will be the richest?
Yes.
What were they using and all that?
Yes.
So I feel that there's more to it than what we are getting.
Okay.
And investigation.
And that's where the police should come to work.
Exactly. The police should investigate people who are saying this, and people who witnessed it or who were around. And we will get more than what we are hearing. So for me, the police should work. I mean, this is time for them.
So obviously, senior high school, the killer is likely to be a teenager, because it's a senior high school. It is likely to be a teenager, at least from 13 that way. Is he likely to face jail?
Yeah, of course. There's exception to a minor facing jail. Sometimes they can wait. They can suspend the sentence till you are of age. They have other places that they can keep you till you get to the point that you can face your punishment.
Wow.
So there are so many ways that if he deserves punishment, he will get it. It doesn't matter at this point if you are a minor or not, because even if you are a minor, there are ways to deal with you. And as I said, they can suspend punishment till you are of age, especially if you are closer. And then, but it will depend on the investigation coming from the police and how the whole thing will go. I mean, that's where we lack things, and especially if you are not a parent with influence, it may go against you, because in our system, people, the motivation for you to get justice will also depend on your resources.
What you have.
Yes. So that's where I'll be sad if the parents are not even. Look at this. If it were to be the parents were influential in the society, the police will go to their house.
Yes.
They will not even come there agitating to hear what really happened to their child. No. The police will go to their house, tell them what is happening, and even promise them that they will get justice. But look at what is happening here. It's sad, but yeah, pray that your children will go to a better
Charlie. Well, that was in Team Dodo's opening of the sad event that happened in O'Reilly Secondary School, where some young men were arguing about whose father is the richest, and out of the argument, one stabbed the other. A report says 3 times in the chest, and as it stands now, the other has turned ghost. Parents of the deceased are saying they have not been spoken to either by the school authorities, by the police, or even family of the killer. What happened? How are we going to resolve this? These and many more are the questions we have on our discussion table this evening here on Showbiz Daily. Roland Amate will take over. Let me listen to him, what he also has to say. Ro.
The way I killer, that's a blue man.
It's a killer, no.
Well, it's.
Sorry, I have to YouTube for
It's a very sad situation, if you ask me. It is not only the life of the deceased that has gone to waste, even the life of the guy that actually is also involved in this particular act has also gone to waste, directly or indirectly. Because as it stands, yes, you will definitely face it. And this is homicide. This is first degree. This is first degree, and you definitely go in for it.
Wow.
Whichever punishment there is to give, you face it full and like fair and square, regardless. And yes, we are assuming probably the worst case scenario, they may be minors, but these are children, these are people who are in their final year. So even if they will be like closer to the minor age self, it wouldn't be that far.
Oh, they are in their final year.
They are in their final year writing WASI.
Oh.
They are
the WASI students.
Yes.
They are in school now.
Writing WASI.
It's true.
Even just this afternoon, I also saw a report of the deceased cousin. That is a girl who...
The one who is also in the school.
Who is also in the school, giving account of what actually happened and how even the guy that committed the crime came at her, warning her about the brother, that is the deceased.
Wow.
And all of that. So she herself said, okay, when the guy even came to warn her about when the whole thing started, there were some teachers there. But because of the way the guy was so aggressive on her, she could not even pay attention to the teachers. And she did not see any of the teachers present react to what the guy was saying. So she also resorted to maybe going to call her uncle who was close by. So you can see the nature of the conversation that is going on.
Wow.
These are people that, yes, we can take matters into our own hands kind of situation here. Because if there is something wrong in school, and even if you are a day student, the next thing that comes to your mind is for you to go home and go and call an uncle.
Yeah.
Then you can clearly see the kind of conversation we have on our hands as far as this particular situation is concerned. And it is not a good one for the parents to also come to the school and be agitating because the school authorities have not told them anything. They've not heard anything from the police neither. It's very, very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, and you see that is when sometimes people will be disappointed in the police service at certain points, because I believe if this were to be a different person involved, I'm sure Kasa Rambo action be crowd also. And what are you telling the parents? Whether the person in question is at fault self. Right now, your investigation has not even started properly for you to even ascertain that, okay, whether they deserve, even if the deceased or the person that even committed the crime did it in self-defense. The parents of the deceased, still, you owe them that particular explanation firsthand, even before you go to the school to go and start your proper investigation. You need to do it, because if not for anything at all, and can you some bank and on this can go mu fie one can go school more block school one and can you go to their house and go and arrest them. And that is the situation. So for what it's worth, and I also understood that the guy who committed the crime is also a visual art student, and it's owns some of the tools and equipment and stuff, and because they are writing exams, they will definitely need some of these objects to help them in writing their papers, and I believe it is one of those instruments that were used to do whatever he did, and it's a sad situation. It's a sad situation, and even the whole conversation that resulted to this crime is what makes it more sad, because
and do you know there are reports that when the incident happened, the teachers were not even around to help convey the boy to school.
Exactly, and
this is the video you did.
And you see
you see the way the students were even throwing him.
Yes,
the way they were even carrying him.
It also brings about another conversation of how we take first aid seriously, not even in our schools, simple, but even from our homes. Sometimes we want to leave certain things to chance and say, oh, uko school I'll be sure. Uko school I'll be sure. Now, ye jai addition biama certain places say, oko hankwan ye sure sadiwe. And you see, it is not only with this situation. Sometimes people get involved in accidents and before they get to hospital, come survive you. But the handlers of those situations, when they first approach the situation, are the people who mostly because we do one maybe who pass or be lucky. Or need a certain level of assistance being boom, internal bleeding. Look at the way they were handling the boy. The person has been stabbed. The first point of call is to apply pressure on wherever the wound is. That is the first thing. Before you even think of whether we should carry him to this place or that place, or call for help or call for whoever. At least find a way, and these are kids who are supposed to be in school and are supposed to know some of these things firsthand. But look at the way they were carrying. At a point, one of the videos that I was watching, they were carrying him and he fell.
I'm watching the video.
Yes, I'm assaulting. The person in there, no,
I'm watching the video. It's true.
His legs, one of his legs, somebody was holding one leg. And his head was just down like that, and it was just some.
It's true.
And so it's the whole situation is sad. The whole situation is sad, and when you look at it, at this point, unfortunately, because the people involved are not quote and unquote people of higher status, this will be one of those conversations that will hit. Nanka we koye minister bi ba ana hwan bi ba. Anka school no kay closing down kay wie. Anka school ni closing down. In fact, the headmaster, the school executive, everybody kaya so nyina lie. Kaya so nyina lie, but people of status na ajagraja kaya no. Tie why was see a boy ho ban. Na kwasie bi
ankuya say. Well, I just went on to Twitter and I checked the video of how the boy was carried by his colleague students, and like Roland described it, they were just throwing him about left, right and center, and if you've been stabbed 3 times in the chest and people who are supposed to carry you to safety are also throwing left and right. I wish you well. Go to check on Twitter right now, and O'Reilly is trending at number 8 on Twitter. Meanwhile, still on Twitter, in Ghana, number 1 is Stop Galamsey Now hashtag. Number 2 is Daddy Lumba. Number 3 is Shatta Wale. Number 4 is Umbrella Challenge. Number 5 is Saga. And of course, it goes on to UEFA matches on DSTV and Big Smoke, that is Kweku Smoke, and all the issues coming up. Now, ask again, why is Shatta Wale, Saga, and Lumba trending? And I'll tell you why. They are trending because a Shatta live video, where in the video he said that in Ghana today, if we are to talk about artists with hit songs, those who are actively doing music with hit songs, nobody should compare him to any of these guys. But to him, he will surely give credit, respect, and honor to some of his predecessors. And he mentioned names like Kojo Entry. He mentioned names like Daddy Lumba. He mentioned names like Amachi Dede, and said that there are even others that he might not remember now to mention their names. Those people are there, and I'm sure given the chance, he will also mention someone like Nanam Padu, maybe Boba Adofo and co. But when he puts all these guys aside, the guys today, nobody should be compared to him when it comes to hit song. And this has generated a lot of argument. When you go on Twitter, it is trending, and conversations around it is huge. Some are for Shatta Wale, what he said. Some are against what he said, and it goes on like that. But you said Shatta's video. What did he say? Maybe you can play that video and let me listen. Chebo wants to listen to how Shatta said it, and after that you will start the conversation. What Shatta said wrong and why many have made this a topic. Let's listen to it.
I don't need hit song anymore. I need just song for the people. I don't need his song, because I get too much his song. Pass any other artist, apart from respect to our old artists where he did, where they can pass. That's why they respect that Lumba Kojo and Amachi did it there. And some people will know if you remember there. But when we talk about current season and who gets hit songs, don't compare your artist to me again. Do you hear what I'm saying? Wally, you go chair, all of you could die before you get somebody like Shatta Wale. All of you could die.
My favorite part is that all of you go die. That is my favorite part. I don't know why he wants them dead. Let them see your influence. All of you go die. That is what Shatta Wale had said. So my problem is, why has this become a heated debate? Why are people not happy? Why are some people happy? And why is it that others are even saying, I think I saw a headline of DJ Slim saying Shatta Wale should not even compare himself to Sarkodie. I said, Monday, man, come here time. And come here, I perceive a dean of French, Nanka respect, but I'm not going to say, if you respect, there's a ship.
What's the sex? What's the sex? When you told
what has Shatta said wrong that has provoked many?
I believe most people, especially for me to be seeing headlines like Shatta versus Daddy Lumba, gives me the impression that so many people did not really understand what Shatta Wale said. That is the first point, because if they really understood what he said, the Daddy Lumba Shatta Wale comparison now as a headline may not be necessary, because he actually gave credit to Daddy Lumba and Kojo Entry, Nane Champon, and all of them people. And I know why he would do that, because even if we are to compare catalogs and in terms of sales and all of that, his time as Shatta Wale came with a different approach to the release of singles. And their time came with albums, of which, even on top of it, he may not even be privy to some of the number of albums some of them even have. That is why he will even be careful to go that tangent. That is why he was very specific with the current people that he's actually dealing with.
Yeah.
The people that he's being compared to day in, day out. And I ask myself, why? Who? You see, one thing also is that, and the people that some people who are creating the Shatta Lumba headline, I have followed some of them, their conversation, and I also understand them to a certain level, just a small level, because
what is the understanding? Let me see.
The understanding is that I say, okay, the size in here.
Okay.
It's yanko has a Lumba or what? Like the yanko has a being timing na compare Lumba. You know, sir, comparison has been lingering around for some time. Especially, it started from who has the highest fan base in Ghana, both Lumba and Shatta Wale. I'm a choir, so even in London, aside Lumba, it is Shatta Wale who has the biggest fan base in a place like London.
Yeah.
And Ababi Ra Omunumu. So some people are going on that tangent. So okay, they've already accepted the fact that when it comes to his peers or the people in the current dispensation who are even making waves, because none of them can be compared to Shatta Wale.
He's far gone.
He's far gone. Why don't we see if we can also add him to the Lumbers, the Nane Champon, the Kojoen Chidems, and see, even if he's not able to match that Lumba boot for boot, at least when we are counting the people with the huge catalogs and hits, we can count him among those people and not mix him up with the Black Sheriff, with the Saga, the Dems, with the Stoneboy Dems at this level. So on that score, I would want to understand some of them. But the impulse of the conversation has to do with him and the people around currently that we compare to them. We compare them to him. I mean, and Saga, Stoneboy, Sammy. Who again, including the ones that are hot in the system, those people they don't come close.
Like the Black Sheriff.
The Black Sheriff, they don't come close, because even if you would want to compare hit for hit, I know so many people. And again, when Shatta said hit, some people were also quick not to ask the parameters by which he was defining his hit. You see, some people will say, oh, your core fan base paying him, but you consider them as hits. But again, I also argue that if we are looking for artists with the biggest fan base, Shatta Wale has it. So even if say half of the fan base can now we are robots.
Yeah.
These are still music consumers.
Yeah. It also contributes to the song being enriching many people.
Exactly my point. So even if you would want to take it off radio, off streams, and say, okay, now let's hit the street. Let's go on grounds and see songs that even do not make rotations on air, but are hits. Of course, you can consider some of them as hit songs. And in terms of catalog, I don't know which artist we would want to compare them to, their catalog to Shatta Wale's catalog. I don't know. Even in terms of album release, single release, come on.
He's far above many of them.
It's a way. Oh, the whole champion for Nebra. That's how I would throw this challenge, because, and I don't know why this is even a big deal for some people to even come and argue left, right, center. Because Stoneboy is walking around saying that he is the 3 times artist of the year. Meanwhile, Shatta has not even come to respond yet. Nobody is asking him anything. Nobody is angry. We are not angry enough. But Shatta Wale says he has hit songs more than any of these artists. Bring evidence. When Stoneboy said he was 3 times artist of the year, he didn't ask him to bring evidence. Bring evidence to this. And in fact, what he said is there for everybody to see. If you doubt, just bring catalog after catalog, release after release. Let's compare the magnitude and see which one would beat who. Aside that, I don't see anything wrong with what he said. In fact, he was very specific.
Yeah.
He was very specific.
After listening to the video,
he was very specific.
I don't know why they mess online.
Oh,
It's because of the movie.
You die.
somebody said 40 years. Nobody vex. Nobody vex. So I believe we should let him be, because yes, he said it. if you have any counter, well, science and data. Let's research. The things are there for everybody to go and learn. Let's research and bring your science and data. Okay. Your assistants, people are grinding and collating.
Well, that was Roland Amate on the fact that Shatta Wale has been trending alongside that Lumba, Sakodie, Mamachi Dede online. And the conversation is that there is a debate on who has hit songs. And I still don't understand why there seems to be so much pressure on this subject and topic. I thought people should know already. Yet, Shatta's live video has caused this whole thing. What he said and the responses coming from the people, they are here. Yes.
I think the music is hard, and the way he was saying hard, like I said, like, oh yeah, or can't say that thing. It's hard. No, on my emphasis, on my emphasis
to Black Nimco.
But the emphasis between this one. Otiana okra even now for I don't really think that they are trying to counter as exactly what he said. They are at the opposite. The Shatta we think he's wrong. Or can't young confirm evidence be he's wrong. And I think that's what is going on. Because in just off head, I was like, it will be difficult. Now I'm thinking about it. So if I just come out and say, oh, he's wrong, no, I will not have better way to defend it. If I really want to counter it, I have to do research. I have to get more information before I come out. But I can say that, Shatta, are you sure? Like, I may have doubts just off head because of what I know about certain musicians. But to just come out and defend and be like, no, this can't be true. It's something else. It's the people who will not agree with him no matter what. Okay. That's what I see.
They will fight in this particular call.
Yeah, because when you listen to the thing or when you watch it, it's somebody talking about what he has done and he feels that this is it. I have done enough to say that no one comes close. And again, he was specific. The people that now you want to compare to know, okay, apart from that, the Lumba and Kodwentry and those people, with all due respect, I think this time I am the one on top. And that okay, say more person mutumia. Before you get to
you die.
So he's just stating something that he feels, something that he thinks that he has done enough to say it. It's within his right to say something like that. He could have even put it in song. In fact, he has done it before.
Yeah.
Was it 10,000 lashes? Like in reality, when who's in Saudi Arabia, when they're trying to but it's symbolic. So when he says things like
and that, 10 million.
10 million I know Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, man.
You to mean 10 million. You travel 2 years. So for me, I think he was it's symbolic. Apart from the fact that yes, he may even be saying the truth or the facts as it is, you know. He was also trying to be symbolic or trying to say that he has done enough to earn whatever accolade that he's earning today. Okay. So if you want to counter it, you have to come with something more than just to say no, I disagree or you can have doubt. Because I'm thinking if you want to even compare him to Daddy Lumba, you are giving credence to the fact that he has done enough.
Exactly. That is why he's the one you pick.
You pick, yes. Say, who say Nkofona or no ako or they or more can or money match, but you have to go back and bring somebody like that Lumba there. It's like you are saying that yes, you have a point, just that we disagree. Okay. And that's what I see going on. So it's funny for me. It's funny, and the way that he said it, and he's now triggered a way of me to think about it, and maybe even do a research and see whether I'll find something out. Okay. And I think that's what should motivate those who wants to get a counter. That's how, even in scientific world, that's how we debunk or we prove somebody's claim. Okay. When somebody comes out to say anything, the way to prove it or disprove it
is to come up with a counter.
And yes, you try to analyze, you try to disprove it. So in your quest to do that, if you don't get anything better, then you affirm what the person said and say that okay, you are right. Or you can say that no, based on what I have seen, this can't be true, or this is the truth, or this is the right thing to go about. And I will encourage, especially those who are disagreeing, or those who think that no, this can't be true. They should rather come out with something just to
cogent points.
Yes, so that you say that okay, then Shatta come again. Or this one,
prove your material.
Yes.
Well, to me, I was also surprised that this conversation has generated a whole lot of talk, because as it stands, Lumba is not even actively releasing songs, and someone like Shatta Wale is actively releasing songs, and most of his songs are also catching up with the people. People are really loving most of the songs that he's releasing. So this particular debate, right, is not a lifetime kind of debate. A time will come that you cannot even put Lumba or Amachide or Kojonchi in the conversation, because that time the young boys might have released a lot of songs which will surely overshadow their kind of exactly. So yeah, this debate, early days yet. I'm sure that if we take our time to do the analysis, we might even come up with a better data that will help the artists themselves. The artists themselves will be willing to work with that data, which will go a long way to also assist.
Why are you saying? I'm hearing Shatta Wale and Saga, Shatta Wale and that Lumba. For your phone call.
David. Don't bring effort in this conversation. Let's still leave it between Shatta Wale and Daddy Lumba.
You are talking current music.
No, I know, but if Saga gets some free shade, let him stand under. But if you have not been given a free shade, a complete shade, I beg you, don't come and take it. This one there, I beg, nobody should come closer to this. Let's allow them to do their thing. But I guess it is healthy if nobody is insulting anybody. If nobody is trying to tarnish anybody's image out of this conversation, then why not? Let it flow. That is what I can say. Now, finally, let's move on to our very final topic. And I'll be reading a tweet from Reverend Eskin. Reverend Eskin is a radio personality. He works with Y10.9 FM, and Reverend Eskin is saying something about musicians and the fact that when radio stations even tweet their songs being played on their platforms, they don't care about it. Yet, and I'm talking about radio stations here in Ghana or even in Accra, better still elsewhere. But when you go to abroad, or even sometimes just Nigeria here, and these Nigerians platforms tweet about our artists, or even they mention them small, no, you see all our artists going gaga, jumping helter-skelter, because they have been mentioned by, say, Beat FM in Nigeria or Power FM in America. Now, the gentleman is not a happy man. Let me read what he tweeted, then I come back to pick views. He has a point, he has no point, and more. Now, Reverend Eskin says, we are playing your music, and station account is tweeting to notify you. Yanum will ignore as if they haven't seen it. You just like it, keke people. You just like it, keke po. But make hot 67 and BBQ 4 extra tweet. Is it Fox 67? Not Fox 90, Hot 97. Was it Hot 67? And BBQ once again, not BBC. BBQ 4 extra tweet. They will frame it and hang it on their in their homes. So they will frame it and hang it in their homes. Looks like Reverend Eskin, they bore someone, or someone they make it a vex. Jamu, Reverend Eskin, what are we telling him?
I respect him and the kind of influence that he has when it comes to urban radio. But this one, I think he got it wrong. You see, I mean, we've been saying this, like, people don't do things just because they want to do it too. There's motive behind it, or there's incentive for certain action that people take. So if you want them to change, you should come out with something to convince them rather than shaming them.
Okay.
If you shame them, it will not change anything. The people who are retweeting the BBQ and then the hot people, they don't do it for nothing. Okay. They know what they get from it. So if you have a counter to tell them that if you retweet ours, you will get better benefit, or you get more benefit than doing that, they will change. If you can convince them. So if you can't, don't just shame them, because give them the product and they will do it themselves. Because when you have the way that he even said, like when you play their song, when you play their song.
But they would also argue that people have been calling for some of these songs to play. They can even argue that the artists have been demanding that their song be played.
Artists are abandoning. I didn't think on. If say artists, no, they say yeah, why not? Or see, he respects the platform and he feels that when he retweet or do whatever, they will get a result. For them to even come to you and say that play my song, it means they will do it. But for me, that's not the impression I'm getting. I'm getting the impression of the people that they think they can play their songs and get something from. Because I'm a poor match on, and some of my boy money, that's the thing. But they will play. Maybe a Shatta anymore, no crowd because they more radio for crime free on con. Or don't answer or met tweeting with them. Like, meanwhile, that's the song we are going to play. Yeah. The people who are begging you to play their songs, you don't even play it when they want it. You are playing the song of the people that you think you can make an impact when you play their songs. And now you are shaming them for not retweeting or supporting your account. It doesn't work like that. Go and partner with them. Tell them to retweet you, give them money and see whether they won't do it. Or go and partner and say that if you retweet my songs, we will give you a slot to play only your song for this period and see whether they won't take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to go with business proposal and stop the entitlement because you feel that you are helping them. No, you are not helping them. You are doing your work. Okay. So why do you even have to complain? If you think that playing their song but they will not respond the way you want, stop playing their song.
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that.
If they won't appreciate,
yes, stop.
We are helping you.
And then do the ones that.
We want to help you.
When you see, anytime I hear that word support, I'll think help. Then I'll think about it again. What the person is trying to do, and stop shaming people for having preference. You can convince people. You can talk to people to change their minds because they may be making a mistake based on whatever calculation or information available to them. You rather tell them that you have better alternative instead of you trying to shame them to come to your aid or to also help you because you are helping them by force. It doesn't work like that.
Help by force,
yes. So for me, I think they should come again. I recently heard someone saying that a billionaire in America, I think Mike Cuban, I was watching his interview and he said that when you are marketing a product or when you are selling a product, you don't convince people, you help them. Your product should help people.
Okay.
So that they will buy it because they feel the help that is coming. But when you convince them to buy your product, you don't convince people to buy your product. You help them to buy your product.
True.
If the thing that
you make it accessible for them,
if
purchase,
the thing that they need, you are making it available to them. You are helping them.
Yeah.
And based on that, they will buy your product.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about you convincing them that this is what you need. If it is a help, they will take it. But if you trying to convince them, and exactly what our brother here
is saying, Reverend
Eskin is doing here, you are not doing anybody a favor. Give them something. Let them feel that this is a help. They will also reciprocate. Because if they don't do that, stop playing their song. Play those who you think that will reciprocate and stop complaining. It won't help anybody.
Thank you so much. I'm sure we're going to Roland Amate to wrap up on this conversation. I know some of these issues have been coming up from time to time among showbiz people, especially media people and musicians. And now Reverend Eskin has made this public. Let me listen to Roland Amate finally on this.
This issue there, I want to sympathize with Revo by Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
It is like, I don't mean Reverend doesn't have a case. He has a case. He has a solid case, but it is still difficult to I can only sympathize with him in principle because
based on principles.
Mm-hmm. Because this particular situation cuts across. Mm-hmm. It is not only the field that he's referring to, but it cuts across. It is about choice and preference, and the respect that people give to certain things that they like come to them in their life.
Okay.
It's like that. People are in this country and award schemes are here. They don't mind them. Mm-hmm. See, they won't even tweet. Mm-hmm. They won't post.
They'll get nominations and they'll not do anything about it.
But let's Grammy open nomination. They will do flyer for consideration. For your consideration. Share for everybody to post.
I hear this year that they did not do it.
Same pressure.
Pressure. I hear this year they no share for consideration.
See attention.
Okay.
Opportunity.
Next time.
You see, it is like that. But somebody is also in America who has Grammy plaques, open his WC and put those same plaques in there. But somebody has even done flyer and is even playing the moment even Grammy Recording Academy handle retweet their flyer pay. Come
win.
Hey, somebody did for your consideration flyer and his label affiliate posted it on their page. Come and see articles. Jubilation. You think it's a joke? You understand? And it is the same thing compared to what Reverend is saying. Unfortunately, there are some people who do not give that same respect they give to the BBQ and all those platforms. They don't give the same respect to.
But do they deserve the same respect?
That is, So in that sense, you would want to sympathize with Rev, but you would also be slow in certain instances because that same reverence is being given to Rev's platform, and some other platform are not also getting that same thing.
Yes, some people will rate YFM over
exactly
a certain blue
so many people. So many. Do you know how many producers who are begging artists for interviews, yet they don't show up on their platforms? But Rev can just pick a phone and say, I want this artist. Oh, Charlie, why don't you pass through for me? And the person will pass through. Because of that respect. Because of how they revere that particular platform and all of that. It is there. You would want to fight it, but sometimes, yes, if you are the receiving end, like I always say, sometimes it is not pleasant. It is painful. It is painful. That one we know. That one we know. It is on that level that we can sympathize with what he's saying. It is on that level because at every level, there is somebody that holds a higher respect than you. At every level. And unfortunately, it is not you that will determine whether your respect is higher or lower. It is the person that is approaching you guys that will determine. The person may be ignorant, but that is not in your position to say it. The person may be ignorant not to respect you, but to respect another person. It is still not in your position. In the person's eyes and mind, that is who he wants to give respect to.
Exactly.
What can you do? You can't do anything. So I will just plead with Rev that, yes, it is not everybody that you play their songs that they don't retweet. There are some who do. There are some who even tweet at your handles or your platforms to show appreciation. Some even come there to show appreciation and all of that. Let that energy be on those people too. Let the energy be on them. Oh, the emphasis say, at least the little that are showing appreciation by retweeting, commenting, and all of that. Let that energy be there. And that is how the world works. And you'll be appreciating whatever you are doing for them. Even if
I was even going to do this argument for the other musicians. So, for instance, there are some young talent or up and coming talents that they also they beg them. Not okay, even beyond begging them.
Yes.
They have also been mentioning them when they release songs and all. They will do freestyle, tag them and mention them. Do they retweet them as well? Did they retweet them?
They haven't. So you see that, and America said it is because of some of these situations that you would want to sympathize with Rev in principle. In certain situations, you would want to sympathize with him because you are the receiving end of the conversation. That one day you can feel his pain. You can put yourself in his shoes. But when the other factors also come to play, or we open up the conversation large, because what you are doing to somebody, another person is also doing to like the same level. That's why when I see an artist who come like call out a bigger artist for in certain conversation, I tell you, Semasa, Tobo, like the T Rhymes conversation, Tobo, just relax. When you get there,
you would understand.
You would understand how the situation is, and it is the same thing Rev is talking about. I'm sure, like we are all saying, some people are Charlie. If people could patch off friend, their phones keep buzzing each and every day. Phones are calling, but they don't pick up. They don't mind them, and it is the same thing. What you want to know, get no want. That's the situation.
Well, Reverend Eskin, shout outs to you wherever you are. Like Chemo said, Urban Radio is thankful to you for whatever you've been able to do. Unfortunately, the people you are looking for, ignore them. Do what you want to do. The BBQ and the Power 67 there, they would always appreciate them for life.
Yes, for
because they also have positioned them above you. Just as the underground guy, you guys are not minding him. They also see you guys as underground. They are seeing the BBQ and the Power 67 as the mainstream people. So deal with it. The ones that are available to you, roll with them. The ones that are far from you, let them go. And that is the end of the day. Thanks for choosing Sammy Flex TV Showbiz Daily. There's a story about dancers keeping the same routine. Maybe I'll put that one in the freezer, and tomorrow when we come, we'll sure be discussing them. And again, we'll be finding out what will transpire at O'Reilly Senior High School now that tension is increasing. Many news outlets are picking up this story.
But I hear the boy has been arrested though.
Okay. That is good. Let's see how it all plays out. Special thanks to Roland Amati from Shatta Movement Empire, as well as Roland Report on YouTube, RolandReport.com, and to Intim Dodo Solomon, Sammy Flex TV Online Manager, and Inti Dosu Digital Solutions. And to the producers of the show, Theophilus Degosh, who did our camera for us, as well as man like Buju Lens for doing the editing for us. My name is Sammy Flex. If you've not subscribed to us, please do, because we have some more coming up. Until then, we're out of here. Salute.